I have two of these guitars. You might have seen me play them before. This is the Enya Inspire, and it's made entirely out of an injection molded carbon fiber composite material, and it's a smart guitar of sorts with a built-in speaker. I quite like this thing, and judging by the views it's gotten on this channel in recent months, so do you guys. But Enya recently came out with a new version that has a few unique things about it, and most importantly for me, was the fact that it now comes with 3 Seymour Duncan pickups. So this here is the Inspire Pro, and as you can see, it's rocking 3 Seymour Duncans in an HSS configuration, and we're gonna see how big of a difference that really makes. Right off the bat though, I am being paid my usual rate to make this video. There are affiliate links in the description if you want to buy one yourself. However, I'm going to be taking my usual critical approach to this review. I will never lie to you for a paycheck, blah blah blah, insert joke about music as win. Where was I? Right, so the Inspire Pro comes with a few features that are allegedly improvements upon the original. The original comes with this little magic knob that lets you switch between the inbuilt presets and activates the built-in speaker, and that's pretty much it. Those tones can, of course, be tweaked individually, but you need the app on your phone for that, which is fine because most people will just make 4 of them and then cycle through those with a button or with a foot switch. The Pro has got this little circular LED touch button that controls the built-in looper, and it's got a secret feature right here that I actually discovered by accident because I never read the spec sheets that companies sent to me, but we'll get into that after the pickup segment. The pickup upgrade wasn't something that anybody asked for specifically. The original pickups are perfectly okay. They're not amazingly outstanding by any means, but they perform way better than the standard factory pickups in something like a $500 Jackson. But here's the thing. I like the Inspire as an all-in-one practice option with the speaker, I really do. But 98%, I'm not turning that button on, and I'm just using this as a regular guitar through an amp or a plugin. Every other smart guitar that I've shot the OG Inspire out against has lost. Whether it was a competitor's product or just another product from Enya's catalog, this thing has always come out on top. And so I want to see if the extra money for the Seymour Duncan upgrade is worth it at $899, if you should go with the Inspire Pro with the factory pickups at $649, or if I'm still going to recommend the OG that still retails for $500. So an upgrade to Seymour Duncans is pretty cool. They are on-brand ones as well, mind you. They're not Duncan designed bullshit or anything like that. They've got 2 SSL single coils in these positions, and then a JB Trembucker in the bridge. But let's see how much of a difference it really makes with a blind test. I'm going to play the same thing through the same plugin twice, once using the Inspire Pro with the Seymour Duncans, and once using the OG with the factory pickups. And you can decide which one you like better. I'm going to give you an opportunity afterwards to go to the comments and tell me which one you think had the Seymour Duncans, and then I'll reveal it. Option B had the Duncans. Kudos if you guessed it, and if not, it was difficult for sure. It sounds marginally better, and especially through a plugin that I've dialed in for professional recording. On your end, of course, you need to factor in YouTube compression and the fact that it's going to just sound like whatever device you're watching this on, which is probably not rated for critical listening. But I think it's a fun feature to have, and it definitely adds value to this one as a professional instrument as opposed to just an all-in-one practice tool, which is what this one is meant for. During my last visit to China, Enya invited me to like this evening event where the entire night these incredible players were playing using nothing but their Enya Inspire guitars, and it was, well, is it stupid if I say it was inspiring? Like, if it was good enough for that literal 7-year-old to blaze through entire Steve Vai songs on, then there is no excuse for anybody else to call it subpar just because it doubles as a practice guitar. People love to say that, like, if the software expired, then I'd just be left with a hunk of plastic. And it's like, no, you'd be left with a guitar, man. If for some reason, within the next couple of years, support ended for the Enya software, then you would just be left with a guitar like any other, the way I've been using it since I got my first one. And it's also not like the built-in tones require software, you could just not tweak them anymore. If I had never installed the app in my life, I could still always use the 4 built-in patches that it defaults to without ever even turning on Bluetooth. The looper is also quite fun, but I do think for best results, you do want your phone by your side for that to tweak the tempo and the playback volume and stuff like that. But now, for the greatest feature of all, and a feature that I wish every guitar on the planet had, the touch bar. There's this little indent right here that you hardly notice if you're not looking for it, and I didn't notice at first. And it's basically a little pressure sensor that acts like a Digitech whammy pedal inside your guitar. You can also set it to be a kill switch regardless of where you touch it, or just turn it off completely. When you're using the whammy function, it kind of works like an automaton in the way that you have to develop some muscle memory to know when to stop sliding. Because it's fluid, there's not like frets, it's not separated into certain pitches. So at first it's a bit finicky, but then once you get used to it, obviously either end is the low and the high octave of the note you're playing, but then in between is where it gets really fun. I've also affectionately dubbed this feature the Kerry King button. You know why. It goes without saying that this only works if you're using the built-in tones and not just putting out the dry output from the pickups, because I assume that this alters the digital signal and not the actual output of the pickups. But I sincerely hope that I'm wrong, because that means that this could be implemented into other guitars if companies wanted to do that. So, which one should you buy now? I like that this has Seymour Duncan pickups. Seymour Duncan are one of my favorite pickup brands. The JB is an immortal classic, and it sounds as good in this guitar as it does in any other. But the thing is, you save $250 getting the Inspire Pro with the factory pickups, and to me that's a no-brainer. This sounds marginally better, but for an instrument like this, saving $250 is a big deal, and I definitely think that it's not worth the upgrade unless you were like going on tour with this like some of the Enya signature artists do. So honestly, if the touch bar and looper and all that stuff don't impress you very much, just go with the OG. This is still good, and it won't stop being good just because there's a new version out now. And that's generally a thing that we need to get into our heads as a collective society, that just because there is a new version of something does not mean you need to immediately throw the old one in the bin. They didn't take this off the market after releasing this one because it's still great, and it's now also in an entirely different price segment because this is $900 and this is $500. I still do all of my work on a MacBook Pro from 2022. There's no reason to upgrade the second new shit comes out. But if you do want the extra features, I recommend the Inspire Pro with the in-house pickups, because this is an awesome instrument, but the pickups are doing the least heavy lifting to contribute to that out of everything. Sure, I could upsell you, and if a bunch of you went and bought the Seymour Duncan version through my affiliate link, then I would make more money, but I'm much happier recommending you guys something that you're gonna buy, play, and then not feel like you wasted even a penny. So thank you to Enya, as always. I'm headed off to Music China again this October, and I'm very excited to see some new shit and also meet the lovely people at that company again. Thank you for watching. Affiliate links in the description and pinned comment and whatnot. Subscribe and I'll see you around.